Well, my number one concern was my headaches and my numbness, my continual numbness in my fingers and my left arm that I had from a couple injuries that I had in college. I had broke my jaw when I was a freshman in college, and I've had some lingering effects from that. And pretty much the headaches I've had every day, probably since then, slight, annoying, numbing headaches, and probably the tingling in my arm.
Okay, can you describe the tingling in your arm a little bit more? Kind of, what kind of pain was it? Was it intense, and what did you do to try to stop the pain?
The numbness in my arm really wasn't like an all-day thing. It's pretty much when I was doing activities, when I was actually overexerting that arm. Like I'm an avid gym rat. I love the gym. Love going to the gym, working out, and surfing and stuff. And 20 minutes of my workout, my left arm was getting numb and tingling and whatnot. So.
It was onset from physical activity?
Right.
And would you do anything to try to get rid of that pain, like take any medications or stretch it out, see a physical therapist?
Well, I did various just forearm exercises, forearm stretches, but that didn't help. I didn't really. I used ibuprofen because that's what I was used to in college. Is what I used to get rid of the pain, get rid of the weird feeling. But other than that, those were the two things I did.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say you were at in improvement in the pain since you started care with Back into Balance?
I was pretty bad. The headaches were bad before I started the treatment. I'd say after I started the treatment, about a few months or about a month into it, I saw probably a 180 turn after a couple treatments.
On a scale of 1 to 10, just for the tingling in the arm and the pain in the arm, where would you say you're at on that?
I'm a 10. There's no more tingling, no more numbness. Pretty happy about that.
Let's go into the headaches a little bit. Can you kind of describe what kind of headaches you were having and how often you were having them?
I thought they were just sinus headaches until I figured out they was going on every day. But they were just little annoying, behind the eyes, shooting up from the neck. Nothing nothing severe to the point where I needed to stop doing what I was doing or go home or anything like that. Just numbing, annoying little, just aches and pains in my head. I mean, they were just little headaches. They weren't anything severe.
And what were you doing to treat the headaches?
Getting up from my desk, not looking at just changing up my routine at work. I thought it was directly from looking in the screen, at the computer desk. So I was trying to do that, see if that worked, and then still at the end of the day when I got home, saw that headache, and I was getting really tired of it.
Where would you say you are improvement-wise on the headaches since you've started?
Well, just like my arm, I don't have any headaches anymore. I get those once in a while headaches just from everyday stuff, but nothing that's even close to what it was before.
Okay. And I know we don't have it mentioned here, but can you talk a little bit about the improvement you've been seeing in your sleep habits since you started with the NUCA adjustments?
That was just something that I've always had. I mean, that I thought I've always had. It was just not so much bad sleeping habits, just not being able to turn off before midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. Typically, that's the time I go to sleep. That wasn't really something I was looking to even get treated or eventually improve upon. But I mean, even after my first adjustment, I slept like a baby. The next day, I had to be woken up. I think I slept through my alarm clock. I went to bed before midnight. I woke up. It was like I was in the deepest sleep. I didn't even hear my wife get up in the morning and blow dry her hair. So I saw an immediate change from that. And then my sleeping habits have just, every time I did treatment, throughout the time, my sleeping habits stay the same. I'm getting great sleep, and in turn, I'm having really productive days because of that sleep.
Okay. For the sleeping, what were you doing to try to get yourself to go to sleep late at night? Were you taking any sleep medications, or just did you have mild insomnia where you're watching television?
Yeah, I tried to work out at night, to maybe when I came home I was tired, and that helped a little bit. I mean, I was tired, but just something about, I don't know what it was. I could not get to the point where I was tired. I mean, there was my wife sleeping on the couch at 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I was just sitting there just watching TV, I could not get that rest, that restless or get that sleepy feeling. And it was more of a mental thing where, okay, it's 1 o'clock in the morning now, I need to go to bed. I need to wake up my wife and go to bed. I just have to, or else I'm going to be awake forever. So.
Okay. I know you said after your first adjustment you kind of saw immediate results on your sleeping, but can you kind of just describe for us what that first adjustment was like? Was it what you expected, or was it something different? Was it painful?
Oh, no, it wasn't painful at all. In fact, I hardly felt anything. My typical assumption, my first assumption was, or my stereotypical view on chiropractors was, you go in there and they pop you a few times and you feel all loose and you feel good immediately. Well, when I did the treatment, it wasn't anything like that. I mean, he just focused on my neck. He said that controls everything, that sends out messages to your whole body, and I was like, okay, well, let's see how this feels. And when he was done, I felt great. I mean, I really didn't feel any different immediately. I mean, not until that next day is when I felt the immediate effects of what he did the day before. But I went in with a very probably biased outlook, negative outlook on the whole chiropractic scene, and it took Jamie's one adjustment to pretty much change that into a positive outlook.
Okay, so we're seeing we're seeing the highest numbers possible on your 2 to 3 concerns, 100% improvement. How long did it take for you to really start seeing the improvement in the long term? I mean, I know right away you saw the sleeping change, but with the headaches and with the pain in the arm, was that kind of a gradual thing? Did it take a couple months, or did you just notice it all just go away within the first few adjustments?
Well, obviously I worked out 3 or 4 times a week. I still felt the tingling sensation in my arm probably for about a month, or about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I slowly saw that diminish probably after a month, until probably 2 months down the road of coming here twice a week. 2 months down the road, it being gone altogether. The headaches went away probably after a few weeks. That was probably the most immediate, besides my sleeping. But the headaches was my main concern. I lived with my fingers. That was not a problem, because that's only happened when I exerted myself. But the headaches is what put me in bad moods. Made me want to get up all the time and walk around. I mean, I couldn't really focus on much. But the headaches probably took a few weeks. My headaches were gone, all 100%.
Okay.
So.
Okay, well good. Everything was good. Is there anything else that you want to add, maybe that you hadn't mentioned before, or any kind of improvements you've seen otherwise, life-related or physically related, since you've started NUCA treatments?
Other than the physical stuff, I just think it helped me out physically, and it allowed me to think and focus on other things. And I just have a clearer outlook on things. I have a lot more patience. And I think I have to give most or some of that credit to NUCA Care. I mean, obviously, if I still had headaches and arm problems, I wouldn't be in this, this mind state or whatnot. So, thanks to NUCA, I think that I'm as healthy as I've ever been, and I'm actually aware of my health. I'm just not like, oh, I've always been healthy just because. But I think because of NUCA and Jamie, that my health overall is probably the best it's ever been.
Okay.